All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Pittsburgh Steelers rookie defensive tackle Yahya Black, the second half of that rookie tandem with Harmon. Harmon had a nice debut for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Yahya Black continues to be solid and steady. What a great find. What a steal by the Steelers. Still doing a good job. Kind of dirty work, but he gets it done for Pittsburgh, opening up opportunities for his teammates while making some good plays for himself. We'll break all that down today. As always, in the comment section below, give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us to do more of them, consider becoming a member. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's start with the run defense, and there's Black right there on the left side of your screen. He's lined up in a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the right guard for the New England Patriots right there. This is going to be a gap concept for the Patriots. So we're going to get a double team right here, working up to the next level. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the next level. We're going to get a base block here and a base block here, and the running back's just going to fall through however he can right here, looking for a hole wherever he can find it. And I want you guys to watch Yahya Black and talk about run defense. Not a great part of the Steelers team so far through the 2025 season, but he plays this absolutely perfectly. Shocks, stays in his gap, then sheds, and then makes a play. Great job from the rookie. Let's check it out. There's a snap, inside run. Black makes a tackle, minimal gain. All right, let's look at Yahya Black at the point of attack right here. Steps into the offensive guard right there, shocks him. Look at that shock. My goodness gracious. Look at this guard. Look what happens on contact. Boom. Oh my goodness, right? They're right next to each other, but it's like he got shot by a cannon. My goodness gracious. 94 delivers the boom with his hands. Look at this. I don't even know how to describe that. I mean, it's like he loads up his hands right here. He loads them up right there, and then he just fires. Bam! That is awesome. What a punch. What a strike. And then he plays off it and makes a tackle to boot. He is a physical force. He is a beast inside. I mean, look, good preseason, good start to the year, but I see plays like this. I'm like, my goodness gracious. What a player the Steelers have in Yahya Black. What a find up front for the defense. All right, from the wide copy, it looks just as impressive. Watch this strike right here. Bam! Oh, man. That's really, really good. This guard fires out, and he goes backwards. Look at this. He, like, hops backwards on contact. Watch this guard right here. Watch him kind of hop. Pop. Look at that. I think he gets airborne. Let me see if I can see it. I think he's airborne a little bit. Look at that shock. And you can see the middle of the defense gets dented right there. Like, that's not great. A little bit of movement right there. Get up to the next level. That's why the running back's able to get a few yards. That's what the Steelers... I mean, that's not as bad as it was the first few weeks of the season, but that's still pretty good movement up front that you don't want to see from your defense. But you see Yahya Black right here at the point of attack. Boom! And then plays off and makes a tackle. I mean, this is really, really good stuff, guys. I mean, this is not normal what we're seeing from Yahya Black. Whether he's a rookie or first rounder or a 10-year vet, I mean, there's some special run defense talent right here with big number 94. All right, sticking with the run defense, there's 94, Yahya Black. He's lined up once again as a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of number 71, the New England Patriots right guard, and it's going to be another downhill running concept. We're going to get a base block here, base block here. We're going to get kind of a double team action working up to the next level there. We're going to get kind of a double team action working up to the next level here. We're going to get receiver come in motion, then insert, tight end, insert here. The running back's just going to take the handoff and try and work back this way wherever he can find a hole. Once again, Yahya Black at the point of attack, right? It rhymes because it's so good. Absolutely dominates number 71 and makes the play. Let's check it out. There's a little motion. There's the handoff. Black makes the play. Again, a little too much movement inside, right? The offensive line, the interior of the offensive line right there, they just stay on their guys and just push people around. Except for Yahya Black. Look at this shock on number 71 once again. Shock, shed, make the play. I mean, it's textbook stuff. I mean, this is awesome. Strong. Look how he gets his hands up right there, right around his breastplate, right there, and then shocks this guy back and just immediately, look at that, just completely dislocates the block, plays off it, and makes a tackle. That is so good, guys. I mean, I know I raved about it on the previous play, but that's just impressive stuff. You don't see very many defensive linemen at any level, college, professional, certainly not a rookie coming out like this, dominating like this at the point of attack. Need better play inside to stop the run going forward for the Steelers, but I tell you what, Pittsburgh fans, you got a special player in Yahya Black.
Yeah, and we see Yahya Black coming in. First game, he got to actually start for the Steelers against these Patriots. Racking up games, back-to-back stops for Black, really starting to come into his own, doing a great job. Run defense, just being able to get these stops, plays that are losses for the offense. Really great job so far by Yahya Black.
All right, switching up, going a little past defense, and there's Yahya Black right there. Look, he's that big guy. He's a run stuffer, but they have him lined out wide as a 5 technique. This was sort of the Steelers' answer to try and stop the run. In any situation like this, when you're a big run stuffer and you're out this wide on the outside shoulder of the tackle, a 5 technique, like I said before, you're in a tough position, right? Because this is not where you want to thrive, right? You're not a pass rusher. Yahya Black has some pass rush moves, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't want to play on the outside game. He wants to play inside where it gets dirty, right? That's where he's really good. And what we're going to get from the Patriots here is a play fake this direction and then a boot just like this. But Y.A. Black, again, for being completely out of position from how he normally likes to play, does a pretty good job recognizing and reacting, forces a quick throw. It's an open completion and a nice play for the Patriots offense, but I like the fact that Y.A. Black can actually play out there and do some good things. That's a good sign for the Pittsburgh Steelers' defensive flexibility going forward. Let's check it out. There's a snap, play action, there's a bootleg, good completion, minimal gain, nice little gain for the offense, not terrible for the defense. Let's look at Y.A. Black on the backside. Again, he's playing out in space where he doesn't want to, but he gets on his horse and gets near the quarterback a little bit, right? Quarterback has to throw it quick. Now listen, if he doesn't have more time, does he throw it down the field for a bigger play? Maybe. But this is one of those things, right? This is like a defensive end. This is like a 5 technique. This is like something I'd like to see from Herbig, right? Play action, you get in his face, has to get rid of it quickly, rely on the secondary to make it tackle. But you've got Y.A. Black, a massive man, right? I tell you what, this guy, he ain't winning any Mr. Universe competitions, but he's a good athlete, right? Doesn't look the prettiest running the football, but this guy moves, and this is a great sign for the Steelers defense. If they can have this kind of positional flexibility with a rookie defensive tackle who's known for stuffing the run, they're going to be able to do a lot of creative things going forward up front. Nice play, even though it wasn't a highlight play from Y.A. Black. For the wild copy, you can see Y.A. Black right there at the bottom of your screen. He's just going to do a good job doing his job, right? As simple as that sounds. Pressure on the quarterback, quick throw, minimal gain. Again, this is like Nick Herbig out there, or Highsmith. I know he's hurt, waiting for him to come back. But this is what you would expect, right? Hey, backside 5 technique. It's a bootleg coming at you. Defend the run, then get on your horse and kind of force the quarterback, influence the quarterback. And that's what Y.A. Black does. Again, he is a run-stuffing defensive tackle. I mean, he reminds me of a 330-pound nose guard, and he's playing a 5 technique, and he's playing it pretty well. Nice job here from the rookie. All right, going back to the run defense, and there's Y.A. Black right there lined up in what we're going to call a 2-eye technique on the inside eye of the left guard right there, basically an A-gap defender. And you can see the New England Patriots, they have 1, 2 tackles and a tight end over here. They got a tight end over here playing left tackle, so they got an unbalanced line. And what the Patriots are going to do here is a pretty interesting concept. So normally when you run an inside zone this direction, like the Patriots are trying to do, you have the tight end work up this way, left guard right here gives a little help before working up to the next level, and the center tries to reach. And what the New England Patriots realize is that these 2 guys here are a mismatch for these 2, so they create angles. What they do is they have the tight end go out, the guard block down, and the center pull and work up to the next level. It's a really creative design. Got to give a lot of credit where credit is due to Josh McDaniels, the New England Patriots offensive coordinator. But Y.A. Black does a really good job. He knows his gap is here, but he feels the down block right there, and he works over the top, keeps this offensive guard's butt in the hole, gives the running back no room to run, limits the damage. Again, a smart, savvy play. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's a center pulling. Not a whole lot of running room there. Good defense. Let's look at Y.A. Black. Again, you see the down block right there. What does he do? He keeps working over the top, stays square, forces the running back to cut back a little bit, right? The running back wants to run right here, wants to run right off the butt of that block, but he can't because he sees Y.A. Black right there, allows the backside defender to come and make the tackle. Look, backside, that's what you need. Good effort right here on the backside. Poor job by 76 for the New England Patriots. Really nice job backdooring this. Listen, if you're going to go backdoor, you got to make the play, and he does. Really good job from 96. But this is good, fundamentally sound, savvy football from Y.A. Black. At the point of attack, again, shocks, engages the guard right there, and then slowly, methodically works over the top in good position. Even if 96 doesn't make this tackle, if I freeze frame it right there, there's nowhere for the running back to run because Y.A. Black's in perfect position. He's put the left guard's butt, his body in the hole. The running back would have run right into either him or Y.A. Black. Good defense from 94.
One thing that I think has been impressive about Y.A. Black so far this season is his ability to bounce back. First outing against the Jets in week 1. Pretty bad tackling performance by him. 2 missed tackles on his part, a 26.5 tackling grade there. Now we've seen him bounce back-to-back games, 0 missed tackles, 70-plus tackling grades for Y.A. Black in those games. Really great job by him. I love to see the consistency and able to wrap up and get the runners down.
All right, next up, we're going to talk about team defense, and there's Y.A. Black lined up on what we're going to call a 4-eye technique on the inside eye of the tackle here. We got a 3-4 look-ish here from the Steelers defense. We've got 3 down defensive linemen, 4 outside linebackers across the board. A little bit different in terms of gap responsibility, but basically a 3-4 look up front. And this is going to be another zone running scheme working this direction. We're going to get a base block here from the Patriots tight end on that defensive end, and we're going to get a zone double team right here on number 94, trying to work up to the next level. And what we're going to see here from the Pittsburgh Steelers is we're going to see number 6. He's going to backdoor this right here to make the play. Now, this only works if you trust a guy right here like Y.A. Black to consume both blockers. Because if you backdoor it and get blocked, this is a huge play. But Y.A. Black does a good job when he feels the double team, splitting it, getting skinny, as skinny as he can, opens up the opportunity for his buddy. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the inside run. Queen's right there. Makes a tackle. or he tries to, ends up missing the tackle. Actually, defensive end ends up making the play there. Still a decent run for the Patriots. Need number 6 to do a little bit better there. Right here, let's look at Yahya Black at the point of attack, right? There's his own double team. See how he splits it, gets skinny right there? He gives up some ground, right? This isn't his best play, but he does a good job still taking up 2 blockers and working through it. This is a situation, again, his gap, if you know his gap, is between the tackle and the guard right there. That's his responsibility, and he stays in that gap. He gets skinny when he feels the double team right there, forces this guard to overcommit, allows number 6 to backdoor it. 6 just can't quite make the play. Now, the one thing I want to see from Yahya Black in this situation is the strike on the tackle. He kind of misses that strike right there. That's a situation where you want to stonewall this. If Yahya Black were to sit there and say, stonewall 66 right at the line of scrimmage right there, then I think 6 makes a play for sure. And that's one thing to improve on. Look, his punch is really good. We've seen it a lot. Just a little bit more consistency when he's on the edge. He's really good against guards and centers. I think playing on tackles is something he's still learning to do. He's not bad on it, but I think it's just something he needs to improve on, taking that punch where he dominates inside and bringing it to offensive tackles going forward. For the wide copy, you can see Yahya Black right there at the top of your screen. Again, not as good a punch as we've seen on guards right there. Yeah, you see how he gets blown off the football just a little bit, but he does a good job turning, trying to get skinny, right? He feels a double team. He's trying to get skinny, trying to get thin. He does open up the back door for number 6 to fire through. Just not quite enough in terms of holding his ground. He gives up a little too much grass. If he would have stayed, let's say, at the 45-yard line, this is a dead play for the Patriots. Instead, he gets reached and turned a little bit. Something to improve on is definitely his punch on the edge. Look, he's a guy who played inside his entire collegiate career. He's just learning to play this 4-eye technique. He's doing a lot of good things. This is just an example of something he needs to improve on. All right, quick break in the film review. Look, I was taught to break down film by my college coaches at the Division I level. All the players are. It's just a fact of playing football at that level. And I want to take this opportunity to give you guys, the average fan, more opportunities to get that insider knowledge of how the game is taught at that highest level of college football. I created a checklist, a step-by-step guide for you guys, 100% free. That's based on how I was taught to break down film by my coaches and that I use today to create these film reviews. There's a link in the description box below that'll take you right to it. I really appreciate it if you guys decide to get it. Again, 100% free, just trying to share information to you guys, stuff that was taught to me by my coaches. But without further ado, let's get back into the film. All right, going with some pass rush, and there's Yahya Black once again lined up in a 4-eye technique in the Pittsburgh Steelers 3-4 defense. And this is a situation right here where Yahya Black, he's going to be one-on-one on this right guard, and he dominates him once again. This is what I love to see. He uses his punch and drives him back into the quarterback's lap. Quarterback has to throw it before he's ready, results in an incomplete pass. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Fires into 71, walks him back. Quarterback has to throw it. Tipped up in the air, incomplete. Steelers got a lot of takeaways against the Patriots. You know why? It's because you're disruptive. When you throw off timing, when you blow up offensive guards in the quarterback's lap or blow them up in the backfield, running backs get hit before they're ready. Receivers have to catch the ball before they're ready. Quarterbacks have to throw the ball before they're ready. Or they have to move around in the pocket and they're unsure of themselves and they throw the ball away either with interceptions or they fumble it themselves. This is why. When you blow people up, look at this punch. Look at 71. Boom! Just gets walked back. One strike. I think Yahya Black hits him once. Right there. One hit. It completely throws him back in the quarterback's lap. Look at Drake May, right? Big arm. Big stride he's trying to take there. He has to like fall away. You see how he can't even step into the throw? That's what it's all about. Forcing offenses to take the checkdowns and even take them before they're ready. Love this from Yahya Black. Again, great technique. Doesn't do anything cute, right? He's not going to do like a cute little swim move or spin move or anything like that. He knows how to play football in terms of when he's playing with the centers and guards. He says, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to hit you in the freaking mouth and drive you back. That's exactly what we see from Yahya Black here. Great punch, great strike. Good job from the rookie.
To end on for me, one thing I would like to see more of out of Yahya Black is him in pass rush situations. He's, really hasn't gotten a ton of time to shine in that. But when you look at the preseason, he was really great in pass rush scenarios. He has a 78.9 pass rushing grade in the preseason, plus 2 sacks as well. Doing a really great job there. I think seeing Yahya Black develop in the pass rushing game, I think that's somewhere that he could really shine here for the Steelers in the future.
All right, I'm going to end on a pass rush play that shows why Yahya Black's positional versatility really matters. So you can see he's lined up once again as a 4-eye technique in the Steelers 3. You can see 3 of the 4 linebackers, the fourth linebackers off the screen right there on the right side. But this is positional versatility, right? He's lined up in a 4-eye, but he runs an outside rush as they drop TJ Watt into coverage. And what this does here is it opens up opportunities because this guard, like we saw in the previous play, he's got to check 94 to see if he comes. Once he goes outside, he's got to take a step and then work back this direction. It creates opportunities for other guys working this way, creating all kind of chaos. Meanwhile, Yahya Black has to make sure he does outside contain. Remember, he's a nose guard essentially in college, and he's doing outside contain stuff. This is what versatility and flexibility does, especially for a rookie where he was picked. Nice team defense once again. Let's check it out. There's snap. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Tries to move around. Pocket collapses. It's a sack. Right? Yahya Black doesn't make the play. Actually doesn't even come close, but he still impacts it, right? Watch what happens. He goes away. You see the guard. He now took a step to his right. He's now late to help with 95. 95 is able to cause some chaos right there. What does that mean? It means we're one-on-one on the backside against number 97. That's a mismatch advantage for the Steelers, obviously, and 97 makes a play. You can see Yahya Black right here. Because he's going the outside, he's got to be smart because TJ Watt's dropping into coverage. Outside contain. If he gets too far inside, what do you think Drake May is going to do? He's going to escape out this way. Instead, he plays it like an edge rusher with great outside contain. Again, not doing anything stupid, not doing any spin move or swim move or anything like that. Just doing a good job maintaining the structure of the pocket while pulling the guard with him, opening opportunities for his teammates. We know Yahya Black is really good in run defense. He's outstanding in it, and we know in one-on-one pass rush, he's outstanding with that punch as well, pushing the pocket. But he's also a great team defender. His versatility, his underrated athleticism, his willingness and ability to play outside of what he was supposed to coming out of college give the Steelers a massive underrated defensive weapon that will be huge for them going forward.